This segment of the news has been brought to you by Sun Oil Limited.
Welcome back. A 19-year-old male is in hospital nursing injuries after he was stabbed to the back by a relative early this morning. Police reports indicating that sometime around 2:45 a.m. today, the victim got into an altercation with a family member at his home in Pinewood Gardens. That altercation escalated and resulted in the 19-year-old being stabbed to the back. The suspect fled the residence in an unknown direction. The victim was subsequently taken to hospital, where he is listed in stable condition. Meantime, police on Exuma actively investigating and searching for those responsible for suspected arson. Sometime around 3:15 a.m. today, an adult female was at her residence in Steventon, Exuma, when she heard what sounded like an explosion. While making checks, she noticed that her daughter's Honda Accord was fully engulfed in flames. Officers called to the scene were able to extinguish the flames. However, the vehicle received extensive damage. The Ministry of Education and Technical and Vocational Training announcing a collaboration with the Renaissance Learning Incorporated to gauge public school students' learning loss suffered as a result of the country's education system being disrupted by the COVID-19 pandemic. At the announcement event, Minister of Education and Technical and Vocational Training Glenys Hannah Martin emphasized the extent of the learning loss by citing a World Bank report claiming prolonged school closures, poor mitigation effectiveness, and household income shocks as the biggest impacts on learning in Latin America and the Caribbean.
There was a learning crisis, and COVID-19 only exacerbated this crisis to huge proportions. The World Bank has recommended, in this study they did of our region, to avoid a permanent impact on the human capital accumulation of this generation, countries need to focus on reversing those losses and accelerating learning. And you will hear more about what we are about to do. But I want to use this opportunity to talk about the importance of data. It is very important that policy decisions are driven by data. The testing that we are going to be talking about will give us data. That data will allow us to specifically and strategically target responses and interventions which will ensure a higher successful rate in what we seek to do.
Director of Education Dominic McCartney-Russell explains the selection process and decision that went into choosing Renaissance Learning to collaborate after 5 companies expressed interest.
We looked at qualifications, experience, methodologies, work plans, organization and staffing, subject matter expertise, and the overall competence for this assignment. Renaissance Learning Incorporated met the requirements, and after a rigorous process has been identified to provide consultancy services. The mandate of this consultancy includes the diagnostic assessment, the remediation and acceleration of learning recovery for students in K-12 in the public school sector. Renaissance has worldwide impact and operations in countries including the United States of America, Canada, China, Australia, the United Kingdom, and the Caribbean.
The Director of Education lists the criteria that had to be met by the successful partner, including a minimum of 3 years of successful consultancy in the education sector and experience in providing service to school systems with large populations. Following the 2022 Boxing Day and the 2023 New Year's Day Junkanoo parades, there was public complaints by Roots Junkanoo organization concerning judging. Roots believe they have been unfairly and incorrectly judged in many of the past parades and gave recommendations as to what should be considered to make judging criteria more fair and consistent. Leading members of the group described the current judging system as being flawed. Well, speaking with Minister of Youth, Sports and Culture Maria Boleg today, he believes that judging is something people will always have gripes with.
People will always criticize on the judgment and anything. Remember, a judgment is based on your judgment, on your knowledge of the skill set of whatever you got as relates to the parade. The JCNP is responsible for the judges. They also make up the groups, and they also make up the rules that governs them. And so therefore the judges that were choose by those who partake in the parade. So therefore if you judge yourselves, that's something you can't do. So if you have a problem with the persons who judge you, then there's nothing we can do because you choose them.
The Junkanoo Corporation of New Providence chairman Dion Miller defended the judging system, claiming it is the most transparent system that we have ever had in the history of Junkanoo. Mr. Miller maintains the judging process is something that is taken very seriously due to the long-standing concerns that has plagued the parades when it comes to fair competition. With 76 days until the 50th Carifta Games, Alive has been named the official communication and broadcasting partner for this year's regional event. Cable Bahamas manager of B2B sales, Delmaro Duncombe, spoke on behalf of Alive and the Cable Bahamas group of companies.
We are honored to partner with the LOC and serve as the 50th Carifta Games official communications and broadcasting partner. As the 50th Carifta Games official communications and broadcasting partner, RTV will televise these highly anticipated games nationwide and distribute the same throughout the Caribbean and the Americas. We want to provide our young athletes a global stage to display their talents because we believe in their potential. World champions like our very own Director of Speed and Connections, Shanae Miller-Weibo, and also our very own Bahamian sporting legends like Stephen Gardner, Anthony Strawn, the Golden Girls, and the Golden Knights all got their start at this very track. It gives us great pride to be a part of the Carifta Games, which gives these young athletes a chance to begin their journey towards becoming world-class athletes.
Alive is set to provide the latest and most up-to-date broadcast for the upcoming track and field event. The Carifta Games will be broadcast throughout the region, providing visual and audio presentation to the convenience of those who are unable to travel to our sunny shores to be a part of the event in person. President of the B3As, Drumiko Archer, on the significance of this partnership.
Partner, it is one of those partnerships that will be probably one of the most significant because it is an opportunity for the Bahamas to showcase our games around the world. And this is also an opportunity for us to be able to tell the world that what we do in the Bahamas is probably better than any event that the world can actually deliver. And as this is the penultimate step towards the World Relays, these games are that much more important for us.
Mario Boleg, Minister of Youth, Sports and Culture, said the upcoming games are important because they provide an opportunity through athletics for young athletes to define themselves both personally and professionally. The 2023 Carifta Track and Field Games will be held April 7th to the 10th at the Thomas A. Robinson Stadium. And finally, Dynamite Daisy Productions is bringing Dynamite Daisy back on the big stage with a new upcoming show called Daisy Hits the Jackpot. Lynn Therese, also known as Miss Daisy, gives us a little glimpse into what the audience can expect on that night.
This is a brand new stage play that we are bringing home to the Bahamas. And it's going to be exciting because it's Daisy and the family. And we all know that she has a unfortunately dysfunctional type of family. But we're going to see what happens when somebody wins some money. You know how money changes a lot of situations. And so this is going to be on the 27th and 28th of January. That's only in about a few days. And so we're inviting the general public. Persons have been saying, where's Miss Daisy? Well, here she is. I say she came out the gate last. Okay, all the Junkanoo, Wakanda forever, all of them are out the gate. And now Daisy is coming out of the gate ready. And the cast is a star-studded cast. I must say these are veteran actors who've been, many of them have been with me for over 15 years. Some of them have been with me from the inception, which was 22 years ago.
The show will be premiered on the 27th and 28th of January at Harvest Church in the R&D Plaza, JFK Drive at 8 p.m. and will showcase 3 brand new original songs. Tickets can be purchased at the door on the day of, or you can find them on location as well.
We have general seating and we have preferred. Some people like preferred. Some people don't mind. They say, you know what, no matter where I sit, I can have a wonderful time. But come ready to laugh. Laughter is medicine for the soul. There's a lot of stuff that's been going on through the country and through the world. We've been on lockdown and now Daisy is out the cage. And I can tell you it's going to be epic and explosive. And persons can also find us at 17 Shop for their tickets. They can also go to places like Courtesy Food Store, Golden Gates. You know, a lot of persons say, well, Tyler Perry, and I love him very much, but this is our Tyler Perry here. And so we're inviting everyone to come and just be a part.
Mr. Reyes encourages Bahamians to come out, have a good time, and get ready to laugh as Miss Daisy and family takes the stage. And that'll do it for your JCN Evening News. Once again, I'm Jarino Saunders. Thanks for joining us.
This segment of the news has been brought to you by Sun Oil Limited.